If this works, you should be seeing a full screen Fallout 76,000. There's been updates to it. It's weird, I click on Prospector Saloon Bundle, which you would think they would want to sell me or something like that, unless it's a free thing, and yet nothing comes up when I click on it. Kind of dumb if you ask me. I'm going to double check the settings because I've had trouble getting these game videos in 4K. Looks like it's good. The music, let's look at... Oh, the menu music. Okay, that can be good. In the actual game, the music needs to be a little less pronounced so that people can hear me. By the way, this isn't the character I want to play, so I need to go back. My name is not Ken Brown. I'm not level 1. As you see, it's level 10. For people who don't know, Fallout 76,000 now lets you leave the vault at level 20. I saw that as kind of a cheat, and so I didn't do it. Let's go to the menu and see if we can get... I don't know how to... I don't know why it's not loading with the characters I want. I might have to start over. Is the setting telling us who they're playing as? I mean, this is weird. I have two characters specifically for... I have two characters specifically for playthroughs in Fallout 76 for YouTube. And so I'm not sure why it's not giving me that. Okay, I can unlock a King of Hearts poster for some reason. Maybe I want to do that. I don't know. I don't really mess with I don't think I've ever built... Maybe I built one camp and I just don't remember it. But anyway, let me... I don't know how to... Well, yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to play my Fallout 76 as one of my YouTube. Characters. Welcome to Seasons. Complete challenges to earn score and rank up. Earn tickets every time you rank up. Redeem tickets to claim rewards for Seasons menu. So the last time I played for YouTube, and so I've got like a female player. I think she's black if I remember correctly. She's probably called something like YouTube Chick. And I've got my character YouTube Dude. If I have to start all over again, I will. But I don't know how to do that either. I don't remember how. So anyway, I'm happy to start all over again. I like the beginning of the game. I've played this with one person, so usually I just play it as a single player, role playing game. And I met somebody named Dark Horse years ago. I've never seen him online since. Let's see. Okay, this is where I can change it. YouTube Fallout 76 chick. That's who I want. Okay, so I found out how to do it. I won't remember how to do it, but saying she's level 10 as well, that doesn't seem likely. It'd be a huge coinkydink. I'm your poorly aged, sarcastic, PC witty gamer, and the whole reason I'm playing this right now, other than for you to watch, is because there's a lot of Fallout buzz out there in the universe. People are more interested in Fallout games than they have been for a while. I don't know. Oh, okay, these are... I mean, they were coming at me to kill me, so I had to do that. I kind of remember being here before. I wish I could pull out and show you what my character looks like in this game. I get confused playing this, just so you know. As far as quests and all that, there's all this text on the screen and I don't know how to get rid of it. But I assume if I claim this workshop, people are going to come after it and try and take it from me. And if they do, if they come to where I am, then I can fight against them. But Fallout obviously has a TV show right now. It's in its second season. And so there's people that are interested in it that have never played it before. So this is just one of several Fallout games. It started with Fallout, funnily enough. People sometimes call it Fallout 1 now, but obviously it wasn't called Fallout 1 when there was only one Fallout game in the world. My understanding is Fallout was based... I mean, people that created it, like, I think Tim Kaine is the creator of Fallout. It was a top-down with turn-based combat. After that, there was Fallout 2, which was called Fallout 2. I think the company was called Interplay. Then they went to work on, and these were a long time ago, by the way. And they had great stories, great characters, all of that. They were fun to play, and they were turn-based. And then they went to work on a sequel, Fallout 3 Van Buren was its working title. And for various reasons, they didn't finish it. the IP was sold to Bethesda, and Bethesda put out the Fallout 3 that we know and love. Oh, okay, they want us to defend this area. Well, if people show up, we will defend against them. I remember the last time I played this, I had trouble finding the people I was supposed to defend it against. And all these dead bodies you see are people that tried to take it from me. Fallout 3 was fully first person. And again, it had great characters, pretty decent storyline, and was very, very addictive. It's when it got on most gamers' radar. I remember when I first heard about VATS and things like that, it felt like a cheat, and so I didn't want to play it. I was reading in gaming magazines about what it was going to be like, you know, before it came out, and it just didn't sound interesting to me. And so it took longer before. So I don't think I played Fallout 3 when it first released, but I played it pretty soon after. I'm just looking for anybody to kill right now, if you're wondering, because it told me to defend my base. It says defeat mole miners. Well, if you show me where the mole miners are, I will make every attempt to defeat them. See, I'm already lost if you haven't figured out. I have figured that out. I guess I want level 1. It's easy for me to get lost in games. And I don't just mean I forget the real world exists and all of that. I mean lost as in not knowing where to go and what to do. Now, it's interesting that corpse was moving. Corpses generally don't move. But here, you know, they're telling me to defend it. I actually can't find anybody that's trying to take it. This is why I stopped playing the last time I was playing, was I couldn't find my objectives. So Fallout 3 was super successful, and Bethesda hired a different company to make what I would call a sequel, and that was Fallout New Vegas. This was in 2010, I believe. And Fallout New Vegas was phenomenally successful. It was made by Obsidian, a company that is not Bethesda. And they had some sort of deal that if it got a particular rating, there'd be a bonus. Now, Bethesda, their people like Todd Howard and folks like that say that they don't want to make sequels, remasters, anything like that. They're always looking to do new stories. So understand, they do sequels to their games. In other words, when they have an IP like Fallout or the Elder Scrolls, they make sequels to them. But what they haven't done, and we're going to talk about why it's different now, but what they haven't done historically is remake the games that they own, like for better graphics or to run on a 64-bit processor or anything like that. And again, they publicly stated they don't want to do that. So, according to the stories, and I'm not a gaming insider, so I wouldn't know, but according to the stories, Fallout New Vegas got like 1% or less under the threshold they had set, where you get the special bonus and all the extra money and everything like that. Again, I'm looking for, see, you see those map markers moving, which means they must be live people or critters. I don't know where this wave of mole miners is. If I knew, I would go defeat them. You notice the two bodies I just put here have disappeared. Some have turned into something else, like that mole apparently became a pile of just remains. So anyway, Fallout New Vegas, probably one of my favorite games, well, definitely one of my favorite games of all time. An excellent game. Obsidian didn't get the bonus. They put out DLC for it, things like that. And I don't know if the story's even true that it wasn't reviewed well enough to get what they were after. But that is the story I've heard. And then, years later, Bethesda made Fallout 4. Which looked a lot different from Fallout New Vegas, even though it had some of the same elements, like vaults, of course, a post-apocalyptic world. So it's set in the same universe, but a different location than the previous Fallout games. So it keeps the lore of that IP and tells new stories. I'm still looking for whoever I'm supposed to be killing off. This isn't the most exciting part of this game by any stretch of the imagination. It's been a while since I've played it, so I didn't even remember where I'd be when I came back to it. So the idea in most of the Fallout games, maybe all of them, is that you're born in a vault, an underground shelter built to keep you safe. From the bombs and their the aftermath of them, the fallout specifically. I'm trying to get out to wherever it is is this where my camp is? I can't remember. Or the thing I just... See, I can't even find where I started. And I don't know if it's their fault or my fault. The truth of the matter is, I'm a 63-year-old man. I don't think I have serious memory problems. But I've never really been good at navigating so I'm old enough to remember paper maps. And I did really well with paper maps. I don't do well with just getting in the car and knowing I'm going like west or north or whatever. And this shows up in games that have worlds in them and have lots of locations you're supposed to go to and things like that. So even though I enjoy open world games, one of my weaknesses would be navigating the map. Now, if you're wondering why I'm shooting at these creatures that I could easily get away from, it's because in role-playing games we do the quests, and this quest says defeat the mole miners. And those appear to be the mole miners there. So I'm trying to defeat them, get more experience, which is called XP in games. Gain the XP, get to the new levels. And in most RPGs, the new levels are going to give you either new abilities or better abilities. Well, I hope they come to me because I'm not seeing how to get to the locations they're showing. So it'd be nice if they come to me. So I am I'm lost on this map, just so you understand. I hear somebody, I don't see anybody. Now, a lot of what I hear, of course, is my own walking and all of that. Previously, when I've claimed one of these workshops, they sent waves of people out to try and steal the workshop from me. And in this particular location, I don't know if it's bugged or what the deal is, but I've had more trouble finding them than actually defeating them. As you see, I'm grinding through level 10 right now. In this video, I will probably make it to level 11. Well, there's the elevator again, but since I don't know where it goes, I don't know if it would be taking me back to where I need to be. The reason I keep slowing down is because I'm carrying too much stuff. In most role-playing games, there's either a weight limit or an item number limit. Sometimes based on the size of the items themselves. Okay, this is where I started before. Hopefully they send more critters or people after me. Event eviction notice. A Foundation outpost. Well, okay. I don't know what that is. I went to read it and then it didn't. So, up until now, the Fallout games have all been single-person role-playing games. And like I said, the first ones were top-down. So not first person. And this one, again, I don't know why it says Mr. Kit, because I'm not playing as Mr. Kit. This is either YouTube dude or no, I think this is Fallout 76 chick, isn't it? Again, I wish I could see her face to make sure, and there's probably a way to do it that I don't know. Oops, I accidentally took a stim pack to restore my health when it couldn't restore my health. So part of this is I'm trying to concentrate on giving you information that would be helpful to you. And part of it is I'm not sure I'm particularly good at this game. I've been playing it since before it came out. So, as I was talking about, the games were all just single player role-playing games. With Fallout, for instance, it's like old school games. You install them on your computer, you play them. They don't require the internet or anything like that to play them. That's how games were in the early days. And then in order to keep people from pirating games, they put them in game launchers like Steam. Steam is probably the biggest game launcher in the world right now. And so you buy your games through Steam, or even if you, so like with Fallout 76 and Skyrim, I actually bought physical copies of the game, but when I went to install them, they installed into Steam. And the benefit for game companies when you do that is they know how many people are playing. There's the online having to be connected to the internet thing in order to run Steam. I think they thought would help assure that everybody who was playing it had a legitimate copy of the game. They didn't just copy it from a friend or something like that. And I do recall that the first games I played on Skyrim were Fallout, I mean on on Steam, were Fallout New Vegas and Skyrim. Since then, I've obtained thousands of games via Steam. If Steam were to shut down, almost my whole gaming would be gone, because those games are purchased through Steam. You have to run the Steam client to play those games. Well, those games, just to be clear, if I double click on Fallout New Vegas on my desktop, if Steam isn't already running, it's gonna load the Steam client, try to make sure I didn't pirate the game, which of course I didn't, and then it's gonna load the actual game and I can play it. But I have to be online all the time, which is, first of all, it's intrusive. You know, I bought the game, I should be able to run it how I want. I'm going to leave this area because it's just not doing anything for me thematically. I mean, it looks good and all that, but I'm just saying there's other adventures out on the wasteland to have. So once I find out how to get down off of here, I'm going to go do that. In fact, I'm going to try jumping. Since I couldn't find stairs down to the surface, I decided just to jump. Now, what I was explaining about this slowing down is they give me bursts of speed, but I can't run continually like you can in some other games. I can't continuously run, including getting away from my enemies, if I'm carrying too much weight. And in some games, like I said, it'd be too many items. So like, there's a game called Oregon Trail that it's based on an old education game from a long ways back, but the newest version of it, it's not, I don't think it's the weight that you're carrying that affects these things. It's actually the size of the thing. So you have an inventory, and that inventory gets full. Oh, I have a lung disease, or I'm risking a lung disease, it's telling me. So that probably means this area is toxic and I should get out of it. But anyway, they have different ways in different role-playing and open-world games to manage your inventory so that you can't just pick up everything. So when you kill somebody or you find a dead body, normally you would be able to see what they were carrying, sometimes even what they were wearing, and take it. So like somebody you fought might have better armor than you do, or they might have a better gun than you do, or just a better weapon. So you would pick up that gun or that armor or whatever and use it for yourself. To the victor go the spoils, you know. You've defeated them in battle, or you've run across their body, and so you take what they have. So in order to avoid just being able to take everything that's in the world, they put limits on it. And as you can see, I'm just picking up stuff whether I need it or not. Everything has a purpose in role-playing games. So some of the stuff I'm picking up would be considered junk, or it could be items I can use to craft better items. So everything's worth picking up, but you don't get to pick everything up. And this is done so that you have to make tactical choices. It's a good thing, although it feels bad, you know, when you want to carry that other item and you don't want to get rid of any of your items. You have to make choices. And the reason you may not want to get rid of an item, even if you're not using it, is it could be valuable. So there's people who buy stuff throughout these wastelands. And you probably want to make money so that you can buy the stuff you want. Sometimes even houses and things like that. But you can't carry everything in the world, and it'd be very tedious to go from the site of a kill that you've done all the way to a town or a settlement or whatever. Unload the items you just picked up. And then go back to the site where you killed the person. As you can imagine, that would be very tedious with a limited inventory. To go back 10 or 12 times to pick up really good loot. So they put limits on it to make you make decisions. Role-playing games, one of the things they're about is making decisions. Nobody is playing this game exactly the same way that I am. That's because of how I crafted my character, what clothing they're wearing, what skills they have, their name, and the choices they make throughout the game. If you have enough choices in a game, no two people, unless
it seems there is yet more to discover.
Unless they know each other and are purposely making the same decisions, no two people will make the same decision. We're going to talk to the smiling man.
Salutations.
Hi, how you doing?
Do not be afraid.
I'm not afraid.
I do hope I have found you well.
Your smile looks a little weird. It doesn't look natural. Salutations?
Indrid, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Uh-huh.
What are you called?
Well, I'm I believe I'm YouTube. I'm sorry. I believe I'm Fallout 76 chick. I can't tell. They won't show it to me right now. It's weird.
Of course it is. The pleasure is mine. So nice to see a smiling face.
What are you doing out here?
Seeking a seeker who cannot be found. Or perhaps it is I that am lost. I have been away a long time. It appears that much has changed during my absence. I have such sights to see. Perhaps you can recommend a local peculiarity.
You should track down the sheep's squatch.
No gentle lamb, I presume. A beast in sheep's clothing, perhaps? You have my thanks for your time and company. Before I forget, I must go. I do hope to see you again.
Okay, so there were no talking players in the game, in this game when it released. And we're going to get to the release of this game in a minute. And people didn't get that because, you know, we had been talking to people in Bethesda games and other role-playing games for years. So it was weird that nobody would talk to you. You got your quest from hacking computer terminals, and I think there were a few that came from robots. But over the years, they've put out a lot of updates to this game. To make it more personable, give you people to talk to, and all of that. Looks like I may have advanced to level 11 without knowing it. So when we're in a safe place, I will look into that possibility. Yeah, it does say level 11. Because if I do it you know, where I'm out in the open, because this game is live, somebody might killify me while I'm just checking my stats or something like that. So I'm looking at things. You see this compass down here below. Since I can't track all these quests that are supposed to be happening, maybe because I'm poorly aging and all of that, but since that's all way too much information for me, I'm following the things I see on my map. Now I'm going to eat something to try and get some of my health back. Because obviously if I don't have enough health, even something like a roach could, you know, kill me. And how embarrassing would that be? Right here on your favorite YouTube channel, the Poorly Aging Sarcastic PC Witty Gamer channel, for me, the Poorly Aging Sarcastic PC Witty Gamer, to be offed by a roach. So my hit points or my health is down here in the lower left corner. So Fallout 4, I would say, was a hit. But remember, Bethesda said they wanted to
Hello, future.
innovate every time. Now understand, there's gamers that have played thousands of hours in these worlds. One of the things Steve keeps track of is how many hours you played a game. Now you may want to know this or you may not want to know this, but the game developers want to know how many people are playing, how many people have played over the last month, how long different kinds of people play them. I'm sure it helps them market their games. So the problem, because there were people that didn't like Fallout 4. Well, remember, Fallout 4 would have a different storyline. I just got killed fatally. Now I can see her, by the way. Why can I only see her when she's dead? So a lot of people that just learned about Bethesda, you know, when Fallout New Vegas came out, for instance, well, what they wanted was something like a sequel to Fallout New Vegas. And what they got in Fallout 76 was very different from that. I mean, not I'm jumping ahead. I'm sorry, Fallout 4 is what I was talking about. What they got was somewhat different from their expectations, and so a lot of people didn't like it, even though it's a, you know, Fallout 4 is it's a fine game. You could put hundreds of hours into it without repeating yourself. It's a really good time, but the people who wanted more Fallout New Vegas, well, they didn't get that, because that's not what Bethesda has stated they want to do. Looks like I'm about to be murdered again. Maybe you won't consider it murder since I'm shooting at the person, but they definitely want me dead.
Too fun.
Now, if I had friends in this game, I could call for help, and I could call for help anyway, and I'll do that, but as you'll see, unless there's somebody that actually wants to help me, my calling for help doesn't do any good. But remember, there are other people playing in this game. There could potentially be somebody nearby who would, either because they want to be nice, or because they want to be friends, or maybe for their own reasons, would want to help me. There is the... Oh, see, there's... So Bethy Butler is somebody that's actually playing the game. I could go over to where Bethy Butler is, which would be, as you can see, to the west and a little north, to meet them. And I might do that, just to show you what other people are like in this game. So Fallout 4 was new. And it was different from Fallout New Vegas, even though it had vaults and an inventory system and a storyline that would follow somebody in the Fallout universe. So Fallout 4 is a great game. To me, it's not as good as Fallout New Vegas, but I've played Fallout New Vegas more than 7,000 hours, and that's not a brag. Some people would think there's something wrong with you if you play a video game 7,000 hours, and there's, I'm sure, people that have played it more than I have. So I'm just telling you the truth, and again, people will see that truth the way they want to based on their worldview. I'm still looking for Bethy. And remember, Bethy may decide to be hostile to me. They are a stranger. I assume it's a female, but I don't know. And as you saw, you choose your character in this game. So Bethy could be a man playing a woman. Generally, when we do this, outsiders think we're doing it to play some kind of, you know, sexy scenario, somebody we'd be attracted to or something like that. Normally, it's just the first few times we play a game, we play it based on who we are in life. So I'll start characters that are a lot like me. Then when I want to explore the kinds of things I could do differently in a game, I might play as a female character. So in real life, guess what? I'm not female. I don't have purple hair. And I'm not black. So a lot of times what we do in role-playing games is escapism. It's a fantasy. It's something that's not your normal life. Some people are playing video games because they want something different than their normal life. And certainly being a purple-haired black female would be different than my normal life. Now, I know there's enemies out here. And without going to the map, I don't know if Bethy is still around here. Being a real person, Bethy may have logged off in the time that we went looking for him or her. Bethy may have gone to some other area of the game. I mean, Bethy wouldn't know necessarily that we were looking for their character. But again, Bethy could be a female character played by a man. Let's see. We're going to look at well, let's level up first. So I like leveling charisma. By the way, I don't exactly know the I don't exactly understand the leveling system here. They put different leveling systems in each of their games generally, although the ones in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas were very similar to one another. So let's look at our map. There's an event going on over here called BattleBot. Oh, I've got dropped loot over to the southwest. I can join the fire breathers over there. I don't know where Bethy went. Again, Bethy may have logged off. But I think I'm going to go retrieve my loot if I can, which would be to the east and south. I'm not playing as a black, purple-haired female because I actually want to be a black, purple-haired female in real life. I assume if I was a black female in real life, I would have black hair. I mean, like anybody, I could dye my hair if I wanted to. I don't know if I would do so. I'm not used to being either female or black.
Who's there?
Now that came up, of course, that little last section came up because I was looting bodies and I didn't know there were other people around. I could have checked the map. And maybe have been alerted to it. Now, a lot of critics of video games think that they're just about killing. And they're just all violent. Well, there are video games that have no violence in them whatsoever. Like, I have played Monopoly on this channel, for instance. And there are ones that are very violent. What I can say about these Fallout games, however, is it's not violence for the sake of violence. There are whole storylines going on. People have backgrounds and things like that. So it isn't just, you know, as you kill people, you will excel in the game. You will, you know, level up or anything like that. Now there are some video games that are more, they seem more, you know, violence for the sake of violence type games. I don't tend to play those. And even those, generally the reason for the violence would be because it's something like a wrestling game or a martial arts game or something. You notice I disappeared from the chair when I tried to show you what I look like? So now, I'm a purple-haired black banjo-playing female. I think that's kind of neat. Now that thing on my wrist over there is called a Pip-Boy. It has radio stations in it. My map it's there so that I can manage my quests and know where I might want to go next and what I might want to do. It's how I access food, weapons, all of it. It's called a Pip-Boy. I will show you what the inside of a Pip-Boy looks like in this game. Maybe I will. Apparently I can't take it with me, meaning the banjo. That's what my Pip-Boy looks like on the inside. So I've got stats. Things that are affecting me, like we talked about encumbrance in the stuff I'm carrying. So that's affecting me. How well fed I am, how disease resistant I am, all of that. Special is how you define your character in the beginning. So this one, on a scale of 1 to 10, has 4 luck, 2 agility, 2 intelligence, 6 charisma. So I'm going for a high charisma build, obviously. 2 endurance, 2 perception, and 2 strength. Caps are the money system in Fallout games. But as you can see, there's several money systems in this one. So I have 283 caps, no gold bullion, no stamps, no perk coins, no tadpole badgers, whatever those are, no possum badges. Oh, badges, not badgers, my bad. No tadpole badges, no possum badges, and no legendary scripts. These things which I chose, you know, when I created the character, I decided to be helpful, old, because remember, in real life I'm the poorly aging, sarcastic, teasy, witty gamer. I don't know what clicking on this does, but I'm helpful, prepared. How can you be old and young, by the way? I don't get that. I'm an adventurer, dweller, hunter, teammate, blah, 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 blah. Or these might be different roles. You know what? These may be different roles I can take on. Maybe that's what's going on. Let me click on that, see how it changes the game. I'm going to be an explorer, just see how that works. And these are my items, so for instance, I'm going to eat some spoiled meat to try and regain some health. And you might say, well, how could eating spoiled meat do that for you? Well, in this game, if you pick something up, it's just not going to stay fresh forever, because that doesn't happen in real life. Imagine if you killed a deer or something like that for food. Well, what you didn't eat, days later, if you didn't dry it out or treat it somehow, wouldn't be safe to eat. Holotapes are like recordings. We'll listen to one right now so that you can see what it's like.
Overseer's log, south of Vault 76. I knew this wasn't going to be the Appalachia I remembered, but mutated animals, haywire bots, no people so far.
Yeah,
we have
that
to be ready
problem.
to rebuild in what I can confirm is hostile territory. Fortunately, Vault Tech was prepared. You see this?
No,
The
I don't.
cooking station,
I'm just listening.
the stash box, the workbenches, all built with the camp. You need a home base out there. The construction and assembly mobile platform is designed to give you one.
I don't like building
Just
camps
add
and settlements.
resources, planning, and a little elbow grease. When you move your camp, everything you've built is stored, ready to be placed back down in the new area. Use this to establish a foothold whenever you're in unfamiliar territory.
Okay. Are you done? Good.
I've left my camp
All right.
behind so you can use it. I know I'm breaking my own advice by not taking it with me. But after seeing Appalachia for myself, I need to make sure every resident of 76 has a safe haven they can start from. I'll make do without it. If it's still standing, the town of Flatwoods is further down this road. Find me there. This is the Overseer, signing off.
So that's part of the Overseer's mission. When I first got out of the vault, remember, we're born in vaults. Most of these games, we start in a vault. Now, in Fallout New Vegas, we don't start in a vault. But it turns out we had lived in a vault before the bombs fell and all of that. So, the Overseer is the person who hands out job assignments and everything, kind of like a mayor in the vault. When you first get out of Vault 76, because in every one of these games, pretty early on, you're going to leave the vault to go do something. Might be to get a water filter for the vault so the people in the vault don't die. It might be searching for your father because he's mysteriously left the vault. It could be one of many different things that would be your incentive to leave the vault. And then you get out in the world. It's going to have mutated animals because of the fallout. It's going to have mutated people and unmutated people. So the Overseas mission is the one you get when you come out. And by the way, if they just left it on that, that would be great. I don't, you know, I want to do the Overseer's mission before I do all this other stuff that's shown up in the game. And these are notes that I picked up that can tell me things about the world. Since we're still going through the Pip-Boy with you. You notice down here it tells you the date, which is the 24th of October, 2105. And I guess it's 2:55 in the evening. And then we get to some of the items that we're carrying. Like we have a cafeteria tray, which isn't going to help us much, obviously, but some of these things can be broken down and used to build other things, and some of them you're just going to sell to somebody when you find somebody you can sell to. Mods would be modifications that you could make to the weapons you have to make them more efficient for you. And I can't remember if you can mod armor in here. And this is the ammo you have. Because obviously all projectile weapons use ammo. Bows use arrows. If you're out of arrows, you can't use the bow to do anything. Guns use bullets, that sort of thing. Then here we have data. Now, by the way, I'm going to unclick some of these and see. Oh, they're not showing up with in the side thing, which is good. I don't like all that text on the screen. So now some of it's minimized. So these are the main quests. These are the side quests. So by the way, now that I know, because really, remember I said I only wanted to do the Overseer's mission right now. That's what I'm going to do. These are daily quests that show up. It's kind of an incentive to keep you playing. And these are event quests. And then there's actual radio stations in here. So you can listen to stuff while you're out wandering around, all that.
Of the technology for time travel.
Miss Inkwell, please.
I don't tend to listen to them because I don't know how much of the music might be copywritten and not allowed on YouTube. If you have content in your videos that's copywritten, YouTube might not let anybody watch it. Or it might be restricted in some areas. Like, I did some wrestling videos, and the content was restricted in Russia. So nobody in Russia was able to see my videos. And obviously, I want my videos seen by as many people as possible. So I do my best not to have anything in my videos that's questionable about whether I have a right to have it there. So after Fallout 4, which again was a big success and people are still playing it. I think Fallout 4 came out in 2014 or something like that. People are still playing it and enjoying it. These games are meant to be played. You go through the main quest. You might do a lot of side quests and things like that. And then, because there's so many decisions you make and so many different kinds of characters you could be. By the way, it looks like I've gotten myself stuck. I'm looking to see if I can get out of being stuck. There we go. So let's say you played a guy, a really nice character, just trying to help everybody. Well, you might think to yourself, you might think, what if I were to play a guy that hates everybody? Is not trying to help people. A villain. Well, you can go back and replay the same game as a villain. People will treat you differently in the game. And you'll have a somewhat different experience. Or, you know, if I played the first time as a white guy, the second time I might play it as a black chick. That's some of the flexibility. Now, not all role-playing games have this. So like in the Witcher series by CD Projekt Red, they assign you your character. They tell you who you are. You're Geralt, this Witcher, and you really don't have the ability to change that. Oh, it's saying I'm wearing power armor right now, and that's why I can't enter. I didn't see any power armor, by the way. I'm not seeing it. Remove high-level power armor pieces to use this power armor frame. Oh, I guess I have to take them one piece at a time? Is that what it's saying? Okay, now if I find a frame, apparently. Oh, okay. Now I can get in. So now if it shows me, which... So, that's who I am now. The power armor is... It's protection against... Not perfect protection, but it is somewhat protection against people who might want to injure me. It's better than wearing regular armor. And it's a big hunkin' metal suit. I'm still trying to get back enough of my health that I will feel safe here. I just love this. I've never been to this location before in this game. And so, one of the interesting things is, in these worlds, you don't know what you're going to find. Sometimes, even if you're playing it a second or third playthrough. So, for anybody who doesn't know, Nuka-Cola is, you know, one of the beverages here in the...
What makes Nuka-Cola so delicious?
Oh, it's telling me I have to exit my power armor in order to rest. And the reason I want to rest is to get back as much health as I can. By the way, I got that suit with the stars and stripes and all of that as a bonus for buying the most expensive version of Fallout 76 before it came out. So remember I said Bethesda's always looking to innovate, do new things, not repeat themselves. So they announced, you know, a long time after Fallout 4, they announced, we're going to make a new thing. It's going to be like Fallout Online. It's going to be an online multiplayer game. You can play it with other people. You can team up with them. You can fight them if they're not the kind of people you want to team up with. And people were very skeptical about it. And one reason they were, by the way, is because in these games, they have the ability to be modified by the player themselves. And in online games, you generally couldn't do that because, you know, let's say you had a modification that made you stronger against radiation. Well, you'd be playing against somebody who didn't. Now, just so you know, Nuka World is a thing that exists in other Fallout games, so it's like a theme park based on the popularity of Nuka-Cola. And this looks like it may be the remnants of it. But one thing about these games is, just when you think you're safe, somebody pops out and tries to kill you. So, I love the colors here. So, Fallout 76, which this is, was the first official Fallout game that had multiplayer in it. And again, when it came out, I think they thought that we would be playing it so much together that we'd be talking to each other and all of that. And so they didn't put in NPCs, which is non-player characters. They didn't put in NPCs that actually talked, at least not human ones. And so it felt very dead. Now, as you can see, this is already a game world that's been devastated by nuclear bombs, so it was already dead enough looking. And so a lot of people didn't like Fallout 76. I didn't very much, but one of the things is you know, we all missed those iconic characters from the previous games. But another reason was I was just getting killed all the time. And so I felt like, who wants to play a game where I'm constantly laying on my back, you know, flailing my arms around, begging for other people to help me revive, when those people generally don't want to help me. They're in it for their own reasons. They're not in it to help me. But over the years, Bethesda has put out, and it could be ZeniMax, I don't know. But they put out updates to the game, new content, and most of the new content has been free to people who already own the game. Some of the new content is not free. I would say I'm playing the free version. Oh, there's our loot that we dropped when we died before. So, it's not really... Well, how come it won't let me... There we go. It's not free because I paid, I think it was either $80 or $85 for this game back long before it came out, before anybody knew what it would turn out to be. So I was pretty disappointed with it. And famously, just so you know, when I went to start this series, being the sarcastic gamer and all, my plan was to play it live like this and show you how much it is just not the game anybody wants, how it's not fun or anything. But what happened is I created a new character, and creating a new character starting from scratch and all of that, and having all that new content in it that wasn't in the original Fallout 76,000, I actually had fun, which is why I'm still playing it. So for instance, you saw at the first screen, it called me Ken Brown, which is a name I used in games before I was really serious about sharing gameplay videos on YouTube. Now, to remind myself, in case I ever play this game when I'm not, you know, shooting video for YouTube, I tend to name my characters and creations things that reminds me they were created for YouTube. That way, I don't play this character off camera and somebody who's trying to watch the whole series comes back and goes, well, wait a minute, she went from level 9 to level 15. What happened during that time? You know, people that actually care about the story. And so I created characters that I exclusively play in YouTube. And this Fallout 76 chick is one of them. By the way, I keep getting distracted because I hear a female coughing and things like that, and I think, okay, somebody's around here, let's go talk to them. But it turns out those appear to be my own cough to remind me that at this point I have a lung disease. probably caused by the radiation in this environment. So when I came here to play as a Fallout 76 chick, I was really pleasantly surprised. By the way, most water is irradiated in the Fallout franchise, which means if you drink it, you will get sick. If you swim or bathe in it, you're going to take on radiation and all that. And in Fallout 76,000, radiation plays into it plays against your health. So if, for instance, you could have a potential of 100 health, if you had 20% radiation sickness, the most health you could have would be 80. And that's what you're seeing on this little dial over here to my left, is I have 40% radiation damage right now. I have to get rid of the radiation in my system or I'll never be back to 100%. And one of the things that makes this interesting is there's limited resources out in the wasteland. So just because you need something doesn't mean you're going to find it, or certainly find it right away. And so you manage your resources. So I don't even know if I have any right away. I can check. It'd be under the aid place here. Oh, I have 26 rataways. So I just used a diluted inferior version of it because I hit the wrong button because I was talking to you. Yeah, it's all your phone. So let's go back to aid, and I'll actually use a real rataway. And depending on some of your statistics, it might make all your radiation go away, or just some of it. And in this case, it made some of mine go away. Now I could get rid of all the spoiled meat and spoiled vegetables and all of that. And I'd be carrying less if I did that. But sometimes you're so damaged that eating anything is better than eating nothing. I just love finding new locations and new people. People are rare in this wasteland. And I couldn't get in because it required a lockpick skill that I don't have. But now I got in through the back way.
What brings you to the ruins of high society?
Oh, this is a ghoul, so this is... I have to get out of my suit to talk to her? So this is Frida Mandani. I've never met her before.
This place is impressive, huh?
See, she's...
The Gearhands rode high on their mining cash for a long time. Not that it got them anywhere in the end.
So she's a human that has been affected by radiation so much that she's able to live 200 years and things like that. But she looks like this. She's rotting and things like that. Must have been fun while it lasted, though.
I can vouch for that. Their parties were a hoot, but money can create as many problems as it solves. Sometimes more. You don't hear about poor kids developing sloth obsessions, for instance. Anyway, I don't know if you want to listen to an old lady reminisce, but I'll be camped out here for a while. It's
Okay.
a stroll down memory lane.
apparently, if I don't get back into my power armor, it gets recalled, which makes no sense to me. I'm not used to wearing power armor in Fallout 76,000, so I didn't know that.
That elevator if I were you. Mean things up top.
I would have liked to talk to her longer, but I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose the power armor. And at some point I will lose it, or it'll become less effective because it's powered by a battery. Minor miracles cannot be completed until you've reached level 25. Okay, well, that's fine. I don't know when I will reach level 25. And then it says quest started minor miracles. So it just told me I couldn't do minor miracles. As you can see, even in power armor, I'm getting heavily damaged. If I can't do minor miracles, I'd rather just go away and... Because I'm still, you know, following the Overseer. I'd like to find out what that quest is like. But a lot of times in these games, just so you know, you start out doing one thing and you end up doing all these quests that other people want you to do and all of that, and you kind of, you could easily forget your main objective. So like in Fallout 4, you're trying to find out where your kid is because you've seen your kid get kidnapped. So you start out the game trying to find your kid, but what happens is, you know, the other people you run into obviously are not looking for your kid. They got their own problems and they're going to ask you to help them solve their problems. And so you can't get bogged down. And I don't mean to say bogged down in a way that sounds as negative as it is sounding. You tend to get distracted doing things for other people because you're usually playing a good guy. What happened? I've never seen a loading screen before. I mean, as far as when I'm just wandering around. And again, I'm not Ken Brown. If they make me Ken Brown, I'm going to exit this video and go back to trying to be Vault 76 chick. So I think this is Vault 76 chick. And again, right now, rather than... Who is shooting at me? Rather than attempting to do something the game tells me I cannot do, like this miracle whatever quest, I would rather go look for the Overseer. And spoiler alert, well, no spoiler alert actually, because I don't know whether you know, my overseer's even still alive. It says I'm back to Mount Blair where we started, which is not what I'm trying to do. Let's go into... I don't want to defend Mount Blair right now. I don't want to do any side quests right now. Now, hopefully this puts me on track for the Overseer mission. Death from above. Well, this doesn't sound good.
Attention, citizens. Nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience.
Well, I'm trying to. I'm not...
Thank you for your cooperation.
I can't run very far because I'm over encumbered. Oh, it looks like I'm actually going towards the nuclear strike rather than away from it. Yes, they have nuclear bombs in this version of Fallout. Now, as far as I know, that thing at Mount Blair where I remember I took ownership of that workshop. As far as I know, I don't own the workshop anymore because I didn't stay there and defend it. But you saw why I didn't. Was I couldn't figure out where the so-called waves of people were that I was supposed to defend it against. So Fallout 76 came out to mostly negative reviews. People hated it. And again, this is human nature. I mean, I'm not saying the game was good, but they hated it because it was the next thing that Bethesda had promised, and they thought they pretty much knew what Bethesda does. And here's Bethesda doing something new. Something, in some ways, radically different from what they'd done before. So again, now they're wanting more, you know, Fallout New Vegas and more Fallout 4 kind of play, and they're getting something completely different. So that's one of the reasons it was panned by the critics. I don't think the storytelling when this game released was really that solid. And so I think there's lots of reasons people were so negative about it. And again, Bethesda or ZeniMax have made massive positive changes to it over the time. And they're still keeping mainly to their vision of it. In other words, they didn't go back and try and make it more like Fallout 4 just because that's what people said they wanted. They had their own vision for their own game, and they stuck to it. And I think most people that have played it in both eras would agree that what they've done in the past few years to it has been very positive. Like I said, I found it to be a much better game. I'm enjoying it. Getting to know it, the quirks, and all of that. Now remember, this game's been out for years, so there's some people that play it every single day. They would obviously be better at the game than I am. For a while I played it every day, but mostly I played it from time to time. And in the beginning, I was merely playing as a stubborn guy going, listen, I paid a lot of money for this game. I'm going to get some entertainment value out of it. I'm going to make it worth it. So I was playing stubbornly, knowing I pretty much hated the game. But that I didn't want to spend that much money on something that I wouldn't play. And again, thanks to being on YouTube and all of that, I've been able to explore the new life that this game was given by the developers. So I would say they did listen to the fan base, but they didn't obey the fan base. If they had obeyed the fan base, they would have come out with, you know, a Fallout 4 clone or a Fallout New Vegas clone, which I would really, really like. But, you know, I respect that creators can create what they want. And I think this is a good game now. Even though it's not what I expected, it's not what I wanted, but I didn't know enough to want something like this either. So the light is flashing because remember the power the power armor is actually powered by a fusion battery, and so when the battery runs out, the armor isn't as effective as it was when it had battery power. So it's letting me know that that battery is running out. Now, since I don't have a replacement battery, I may choose to just not wear power armor after that battery is gone, or obviously I can go look for another battery. See how choices matter? I could spend my whole game looking for batteries, fusion cores is what they're called, that would allow me to use power armor. Now maybe I'd find enough, maybe I wouldn't find enough, but then my game would be about doing that. So I get to choose. Do I want to do that? Do I want to just wear regular armor that doesn't require a battery? Do I want to create my own armor? acting on those decisions will change my game. And that's what I mean about, that's why it's going to be different every time I play it. Because, look, I couldn't even remember all my decisions if I wanted to. And even if I did remember them, because I'm not the game dev, and I don't have infallible memory, I wouldn't know which of the decisions I've made the most difference in how my game played out. As you can see, the game is still live while I'm in my inventory.
Sleep it off. I hate this misty, foggy crap.
Oy vey. Dude, interact with me. I got out of the suit and everything. Well, I don't know why it won't talk to me, but... if he doesn't want to talk, I'm still looking for the overseer. Oh, hey, there's a vertibird. That's that plane-like thing up there in the air.
Calling all fire breathers. Larkin here. And I've got a priority alert for you. We picked up another one of them automated survey vertibots out in the ash heap. Those things are great for salvage, but you'll need to hit it hard and fast if you're going to knock it down. The noise also tends to attract unwanted attention. Watch
Now
your
you
back.
tell me.
Good luck. Try not to get killed.
Cool. I shot a vertibird out of the sky. I don't know if they were my real enemies. They certainly are now. And we're... other than, you know, I can't navigate the map and figure out where I'm trying to go. Oh, I guess I don't want to go there because, as you can see, that's damage from the bomb that just went off. So I probably should get away from bomb damage, just as a matter of principle. But I will admit I'm lost, and I'd love to follow the Overseer's mission. And I could fast travel to, you know, where I picked up that message from her. It would cost me caps, and at some point I might do that. It might be worth it to me to pay the caps and get back on that very early quest. Right now I'm just trying to get away from the fallout of that bomb that went off. It's usually a good idea not to be around bombs that are dropped. I'm eating stuff, but it doesn't look like my health points are going up that dramatically. I guess it's going up a little bit. Obviously, some things give a bigger... Oh, this is where we started. They're trying to get me to reclaim... that workshop. And I don't want to do it. I thought I told it no. Some role-playing games don't take no for an answer very well. I don't know if that's what's going on here or not, because I'm also not very familiar with turning off quests or turning down quests, so I might have done something wrong. Basically, somebody doesn't have to do something bad to you to be an enemy in this game. It'll give you that red crosshairs on them. And if you have the red crosshairs on them, it means they're trying to kill you. Now maybe I'll show you. I could go to the Red Rock filling station. There's Beckley. There's the zone that's been bombed. What I'm looking for is where we started, because I thought if I went there, we might be able to find the, at least the trail of the Overseer. Now, I'm seeing more people in the game than what I expected. Now, going to these places would... Yeah, make only this active. So that's the one. 562 caps to travel there. I didn't know it'd be that much to fast travel. So if I knew where I was, I could probably get over there on my own. Let's just close this. Now there should only be one. Quest marker. I feel like I'm backtracking, of course, and I probably am. I like this. I'm learning new stuff as I do this. So I've always had all of those quests on my screen at the same time. For dog lovers out there, that was not a puppy dog that got shot. That was somebody coming after me to kill me fatally. So I have dogs, and yet I understand there's wolves and coyotes in the real world that are canines. And if they attacked me, I might have to deaden them. There's a world of difference between the Chihuahua on my bed right now and a wolf attacking me in the wild. Although, to be clear, if you leave negative comments in the space below this video, it's still...
Equipment cannot be issued without prerequisite examination completion.
It would... YouTube would still see it as interacting with my stuff, and so... Be happy to have you do that. I think this... Okay, this one has a fusion core.
Must complete prior examination before initiating practical. Please continue to designated test site.
I don't know what he's talking about, designated test site. So, one problem is this just says power armor. It doesn't say what kind. So, it's hard for me to know which one of these it'd be better to be in.
Premature
By the way,
death may
did it...
result in examination.
Did everybody see my white hand there, even though I'm a black girl? I mean, I created her with really deep black skin, too. Not any ambivalence about what color she is, so it was funny when they pushed that fusion core into the armor. She looked like she had white skin. I might play as a white girl sometime in the future, just like I might play as a white guy in the future, but right now I'm playing as a black female with purple hair. Yeah, we're searching for traces of the overseer in Flatwoods. We're going to Flatwoods right now. Give me a break. I'm not good with these maps and things. And of course, there's other things there that want me dead. Another thing in this game is often you almost never come up against, you know, one person, and often you might be confronted by, say, 4 or 5 super mutants. Very hard to kill. It's one of the reasons you saw me. Well, I can't remember if it was super mutants that killed me last time or what, but it's one of the reasons you see me on my back sometimes. Struggling. And begging for help. I love the look of this game. I think the sound design is good. I don't know enough about the story even years after it came out, so that probably would tell you something. I'm not impressed with the story. For the most part, I couldn't tell you what. There are games that just seem to be distracting you from the story, or at least distracting me. It's one of the reasons I've chosen to go back to the original quest that I was on to find the Overseer, is because I really don't know about any other storytelling right now in this. The quests are of a different variety than what I'm used to, is I think the best way to say it. So I thought maybe I'd become more familiar with how it does things.
Nuclear alert. Repeat, this is a Level 2 nuclear alert. The Sidon Energy Plant WV-06 has suffered a critical failure. Hazmat teams are en route. Please remain indoors and await further instructions.
This is how a lot of role-playing games go. You know, you're searching for Timmy's little wool hat, and something attacks you and sends you off in a completely other direction while you take care of whatever the new problem is. They want me to fix that nuclear plant. I don't know why they think I would have the skills to do that. And I am looking for the Overseer, or what became of her. And I will say again, for people who are fans of a particular franchise, I am purposely not a public crossing. All persons are warned not to trespass. Okay. So I'm purposely trying to do a wide variety of different games. And so if you came here to watch, for instance, Fallout videos, I'll be doing them on a continuous basis from time to time, but I'm also working on that variety that I talk about all the time. So if I upload, say, an Elder Scrolls Online video, you shouldn't unsubscribe thinking, okay, well now all he's doing is the Elder Scrolls Online. No, I do bowling videos, Madden NFL videos, Fallout, all the Fallouts, by the way. Obviously Fallout 76. I'm trying to show the wide variety of gaming experiences that are available to PC gamers. And you might want to look at a game that you're not familiar with or you don't know much about in these videos. But again, if you're only here for Fallout, then you can go to the Fallout playlist here on the Poorly Aging Sarcastic PC Witty Gamer channel. And you can watch just Fallout videos. There's quite a few of them. Okay, I'm not sure if I can get down this cliff without breaking my clavin. I'm gonna try. See, this is one of the things that bugs me about this game. Is here I am trying to do the Overseer's Overseer's quest. I've gone in several times and said, that's all I want you to show me. And then it keeps putting up quest markers for other stuff, and I don't know which quest markers on my screen are for the Overseer's quest. So where am I on this map? Anybody know? A "you are here" would be helpful. Event, Tunnel of Love, event. This could be where I am, I just don't know. So let's try going north and east. What, I don't have a gun anymore? I'm not going to get very far in this game without a gun. I'm not a hunter in real life, nor do I believe in it. But in a game, you know, out in the middle of a place that's been destroyed by nuclear bombs, yeah, I might have to kill wildlife for eating. I would never mount their head on a wall and pretend it's a sport or anything. And what I mean by pretend it's a sport is, let's face it, you don't have the same thing on the line as the other competitor does. If you want to consider it a sport, then, you know, when you're done hunting that day, if you don't get something, The game warden would have to say, oh, well, sorry you didn't get something, Mr. Johnson. You know, I'm going to have to kill you now. And for it to be a sport also, the deer would have to be armed and know how to use weapons, which most deer do not. I am told know how to use. And I'm just talking about me now. For me, I cannot go out in the woods and knock off Bambi's mommy and put that head on my wall and go, see, look at what I did. I am so proud of it. Everybody come into my house and see how proud I am of having killed Bambi's mommy. I can't do that. Now, if I was in these circumstances as are presented in this game, I'd eat Bambi's mommy if I needed to. I'm not, you know, a vegan. I eat dead animals. And they were dead for me to eat them. We've leveled twice in the last 2 hours. Let's get us some intelligence. Yeah, we know the fusion core is wearing out. In case you didn't know, we can't do much about that. Most fusion cores that you find in the game, by the way, are not fully charged. And as far as I know, there is no way in this game to charge them. Now, maybe there is, and I just haven't found it yet. One of the things I want you to know is, this is a big game with an interesting map, lots of quests, lots of stuff I haven't seen, even though I played it off and on since it came out, which was years and years ago. But remember, new stuff has come out in the last few days on it as well. That's an annoying little alarm, ain't it? Again, show me a you are here so that I know. Now, is that me? No, that's not me. But is that cursor me? Because if the cursor's me, then I should go directly west. Well, let's try that. We're coming to find you, Overseer. And you know, in the dark, I just love how, you know, when you're sneaking along, something might look like it's a shadow of a human or a human coming out, and you want to shoot at it if it's dangerous. But first of all, not every human is dangerous in this. And second of all, it's usually just a bushy tree, like a tree and leaves and all of that is what it turns out to be when you go looking. So we are here looking for traces of our beloved overseer. And I don't see any light I can use. Last will and testament. I, Jeremiah Ward, Jeremiah, resident in the town of Flatwoods, county of not sure, being of sound mind and not acting under duress, mostly, hereby declare this letter to be my last will and testament. Mia gets the house and everything in it. It ain't much, but it's all I got to give, and she's all I got. I know she's still alive. The responders say the dogs got her, but I know it ain't true. They've been real good to us, teaching an old geezer like me how to really cook is something. I'll give them that. Who, the dogs? Who's he talking about? But I know they're lying about those dogs. I see them in the hills. There's some bad folks scoping us out. They took my granddaughter. I just know it. I'll get you back, Mia. Promise. Squirrel bits. Well, I mean, who wouldn't want squirrel bits? Large baby bottle. Well, how large does a baby have to be? A lot of this junk I'm picking up to scrap and made into something else. Now, did I miss my... I honestly don't know where the clue to the... I'm not like playing along to make it more exciting for you or whatever. I honestly don't know where any clues about our beloved overseer might be. But I would sure like to find out what happened to her. That sounds like an interesting quest to me. Large coffee and jelly donut, $30. I kind of remember coming to this town before. So maybe there's something I was supposed to do here and didn't know how to do it or something like that when I was working upon this quest.
Chloe looks after me. She's the best guardian a girl could have.
You look like an adult. You don't look like you need a guardian.
Are you here for the responder training?
As a matter of fact, I am, yeah.
Then you're not alone. A lot of people come here because of that radio
I am
message the
alone.
responders left.
I'm
That's what
all
brought me
alone
here
in the
too.
world.
At first, I was planning to just do the training and move on, but honestly, I kind of like it here. I really enjoy meeting all the people that pass through and hearing their stories. Wait a minute.
You want to hear my
Are you
story?
one of those people who was in Vault 76?
1,000? Why do you ask?
I keep hearing about it. I've even met some people who say they came from there. And honestly, I believe them. It's so interesting. People living underground for years, and then the doors open, and suddenly there's this whole new world to explore.
A
So,
whole
did I guess
new
right?
world. Don't you dare close your eyes. So see, just understand, there are choices here, and I don't know what'll happen if I were to lie and tell her I never heard of it. But I'm trying to be a good woman in this game anyway. And so I'm going to say I sure am. But I'm showing you, if I had a perception of 4 plus, I could tell her, you've got a good eye who gave it away. That might open up some kind of new quest. Who knows?
I knew it! I could tell just by looking at you. I've always thought that life in a vault must be so amazing, with the robots and all the machines and having everything you need every day. Best of all, you're safe, which, let me tell you, is a thing us outsiders very rarely get to feel. Though I guess you're one of us now, so that's all in the past for you.
Yeah, how'd you survive the bombs and everything? Mind if I ask you something?
Go right ahead.
Thank you. Tell me about yourself.
Me? There's
You.
not much to tell, really.
Good.
I
I
came
didn't
in with
really want
Paige
to know
and the
anyway.
rest and stayed up at Foundation for a while. It was nice. But eventually I wanted to go my own way, you know?
You can
Get
go
out and see some
your
places I've
own
never seen,
way.
figure out who I am. When I heard the message on the radio about Flatwoods, I was curious to meet the responders, so I made my way here. I decided to stay here and see what else I could learn. That's pretty much my story.
Yeah, you need to get better at telling it.
It's a community of settlers up in the mountains to the east. It's a nice enough place, I guess. That being said, it's a hell of a dangerous trip trying to get there.
Watch your language.
Barely made it out of the mountains alive. If I were you, I'd keep to the forest until you're ready to deal with some seriously nasty stuff.
Tell me about Paiji.
He's the closest Foundation has to a leader, I guess. I never got to know him real well, but he always seemed like a decent guy. Honest, reliable, cares about the people, that kind of stuff.
There's something else I'd like to know.
Okay, what is it?
I don't know. Anything interesting you tell me about this area?
Yeah, there's a couple of places around here that qualify as interesting. At least to me. The Agricultural Research Center is infested with feral ghouls and homicidal robots. But you can find some good scrap in there if you're up to it. The New River Gorge Resort to the east is the same story. Maybe, minus the robots.
So it sounds like you're trying to get me killed. What's with the responder outfit?
I found it in one of the houses. It fits great, and it's really comfortable and pretty durable, too. I'd also be lying if I said it didn't have some sentimental value for me. I've admired the responders ever since I first heard about them. What they stood for, helping people no matter what. That was really important.
What did they stood for? I mean, thanks for your time.
No problem.
So that time I was able to talk to somebody while I was wearing.
Overseer's log, town of Flatwoods. My God. There's no one here. The old tavern, the church, people were using them for shelter, but gone. Mutations we expected. There's something else. A disease. I was attacked by... Well, it used to be a person. But it had these green, glowing lesions, and its voice. Angry. Tortured. We are one. One what? Whatever happened here is beyond anything we expected. And we expected a lot.
Is that it?
Before they were wiped out, the survivors called themselves the Responders. Looks like they were made of firefighters, police, emergency medical staff. They even have an automated system to teach people about treating water, food, survival. I'm doing their tests, and you should too.
Now are you done?
I know it's even worse than we imagined, but Someone's got to know where the missile silos are and how to secure them. The responders are the best lead we have. This is the Overseer, signing off.
If I don't live in your vault anymore, are you really still my Overseer? I mean, I'm glad we got here, because it's a good place to put a
That
chapter mark.
Overseer lady said more people would be coming. It's nice to meet you.
Is he just a... Are you just a salesperson?
A volunteer. If you need supplies, Bob's got you covered.
Well, yeah, if I knew how to volunteer, I'd volunteer. I'm probably gonna mark it right here and then...
With smarts and a little
Be
luck,
back to this in the
you'll
future.
do just fine out there.
Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying the coverage of the Fallout games. I cover Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout
It sure
76,000,
is great
Fallout
to see
4.
living human beings again.
Oh, by the way, one thing that I was talking about earlier is, you know, when I talked about Bethesda doesn't, you know, do remakes and all of that. The reason why The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remastered came out was because Bethesda was bought by Microsoft, and so their parent company probably told them to do it, and they had another company work on it, one I can't remember the name of, work on the remaster, and the remaster is terrific. There are some bugs in it and things, but it's terrific, and I do a lot of playthrough of it as well. So that's the only one I could think that's been remade that was a Bethesda game. Their philosophy is not to do that. Their philosophy is always to be working on new projects. So they claim to be working on the Elder Scrolls 6 right now. And they talk about a Fallout 5 in the future. So we'll see if any of that comes about. Hope you learned some things. I hope you enjoyed yourself watching this. Thank you for being here. Please consider liking and subscribing, leaving non-threatening, non-profane comments below. All of this helps the channel out and is free. Thank you very much. You're watching YouTube's Poorly Aging Sarcastic PC Witty Gamer channel. The Poorly Aging Sarcastic PC Witty Gamer channel, where you're falling in love in stereo.